Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray. I'm being joined once again. Tom Nutty is back this week, and our good friend Darnell Fuson from Church of Satire. Of course, we have seen him before. He's joining us here live tonight, right here. Of course, we are on YouTube Live. Our featured guest tonight is Reese Rideout. So he'll probably be joining us a little bit closer to about 8 o'clock or so. And Tom, man, we haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. What the fuck's been going on, dude?
Yeah, I died. I died. I died for a while. No, I've just been busy as fuck, bro. Like, it just never ends. And I mean, like I was just telling you a minute ago, like I think me and Darnell have been together like at least what we'll say 25 out of the last 30 days.
Holy shit. Like that's almost like a wrestling marriage right there. Like, you know, I've heard guys go,
yeah,
oh,
except go ahead.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, I've wrestled this guy 25 out of the last 30 nights. That's like a wrestling marriage right there.
Yeah, dude, because we also wrestle every night.
Okay. I was going to ask, how were you together? Like you said together, but you didn't specify. So
you ever seen a Chinese finger trap?
Yeah, that two dicks caught in that same finger trap.
Hell yeah. That's what it is, baby.
And of course, Darnell, man, you were telling me a little bit of something. Of course, you know, we talked a little bit on the show that we did over at your club about Comedy Mania. So you guys have a show actually coming up, I think, May, another Comedy Mania show. So you want to tell everybody a little bit about that?
Yeah, Tom and I were invited out to Comedy Mania 3 last year because I am the Snacktown Smackdown champion of the Church of Satire Comedy Club in Hanover, Pennsylvania. And I was attacked after the show at Comedy Mania 3 last year. Another comedian. Yeah. Fez Grimes, what a real piece of work that guy is. Really, Fez is just upset that, you know, he's not, I don't know. I don't want to say he's not as funny as me because he's plenty funny. Like, you know, this is one of those things. Like, I don't want to downplay his talents, but I don't think Fez is really the draw that I am. So I think that he was trying to leverage himself off of my champion status and show people that he can hang. But all he did was break my championship belt and piss me off in the process. So Comedy Mania 4, Fez, I'm coming for you.
So pretty much what you're saying is that you're like Ric Flair status, and he's like,
"Oh, that ain't true, buddy. That's me. That's me."
Here we fucking go.
Yeah, you need to make like a homemade robe, like just like get like a regular bathrobe and like just put like little like, you know, handmade gems and all that on there, and kind of like a Ric Flair robe. That would be badass.
Yeah. Dazzled, just a real short, like a terry robe, you know. What I mean?
Yeah. But it hangs just so low that your balls almost fall out the bottom of it, like it's really super short.
Right. No, my balls will definitely hang out the bottom of it. They're
like the old 80s shorts, the old man shorts that they go with that.
Yeah, that's actually my role at Comedy Mania. Is I just go behind him like bridesmaid, where you got to hold the back of the dress. I just hold his nuts underneath of the robe the whole time.
Come and get on the ball train, baby.
You hold his balls like a veil.
I shudder to say that I have big balls because they're not that big, but they are very long. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Yeah.
You get a lot of hangage there. That's
So
it
they
looks
must
like a
be
set
heavy.
of truck nuts in between legs. Like that's
right. It's not that they're oversized; they're just very dense.
And have either of you guys? And I'm not sure if Tom has. I know Tommy Simbazo, who's been on the show before, has. Have you guys ever done anything with LARPing at all?
Well, I'm in a Kiss tribute band.
Well, I was at the park today. I'm on this whole huge kick of getting back into the shape I was when I went into the EWA Hall of Fame. So I'm down like 20 pounds already. So I'm walking like a few miles at the park. I see these guys, you know, LARPing at the park. And they're all ganging up on this Asian guy. Like there's this Asian kid, and like one guy like hit him in the legs while the other guy like hit him in the side of the head. And I was like, is this a hate crime that's happening in front of me? And then like my mind automatically like clicked on, well, he's Asian. He has to know some sort of martial arts. He's fine. I don't have to intervene. And I know that's wrong. That's
Look, man. They were just mad that they got a shitty prize out of the balloon they popped.
Yeah, you also may have seen like a Vietnam War reenactment. So
Yeah. It
Yeah, it may be you going to help that guy. They might have jumped on you. They would have been like, he's
yeah.
Vietcong too.
To
Oh, man.
buku.
Dude, my dad was in Vietnam, and anytime he's seen anybody who looked remotely Vietnamese, I instantly seen the look on his face change. And I was like,
Yeah.
I think I may see my father murder right now. Like, I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah, it's wild. My grandfather flew helicopters over there, and he mostly didn't say anything about Vietnamese people, but he would not eat pad thai. You know what I mean?
I just think it's crazy that you guys both had family to vacation to Vietnam. I don't know anybody vacation to Vietnam.
hey, my dad didn't necessarily. Well, he vacationed in Nagasaki, Japan for 13 and a half months after being blown up for his third Purple Heart. But that was a vacation then they wanted him to go back, and he was like, fuck y'all, I'm out. And when
He was there when the bomb happened.
What's up?
You
No,
said he was in
he wasn't in
Nagasaki.
Japan when the bomb. He got blown up.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that's what I took away from. My bad. I didn't mean to.
No. He got blown up in Vietnam, and then they sent him over to there, the rehab or whatever, and all that.
Right.
Shit. So
Right.
I'm not sure if it was exactly Nagasaki, but I know it was somewhere in Japan because they stole all his and like all that shit.
I imagine, like after you blow a place up, they kind of don't want that plot of land anymore, so they probably gave us Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
That makes sense why they sent him there.
Well, that's the thing. Like with dropping a bomb there, like, does that kind of end up like, what the hell is it, Chernobyl? Like Chernobyl, like that, the nuclear waste thing happened. Like, it's a nuclear bomb. So does that happen for like a good couple of years?
I think.
yeah, but we just don't talk about it because we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're currently experiencing that in Ohio. Like, you go to Ohio, you know what they went through.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know like in the 50s that they didn't know what to do with nuclear waste, like in America? So they would take it in 55-gallon drums and drop it off of the coast of Jersey in weighted barrels. And if one of them floated back up, they would literally shoot it until it sank.
What the?
That's a fucking 100% true story. And people wonder why Jersey is such a fucking mess.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine like not knowing that's going on, and you're on a boat and you just see this barrel come up and some guy hits it and fucking toxic fumes are coming out, and then you're fishing and you catch the toxic Avenger fucking fishing off the side of your fucking boat. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. No wonder why they have like fucking, what is it, like Mothman? No, the Jersey Devil. Like, that's fucking what that thing is. That's how that thing was created. It was just swimming in the water one day, and then all of a sudden, here comes the barrels, and now fucking.
That's where Snooky came from.
Yeah, now we know why all the people from the Jersey Shore are the way that they are.
Yep, they were just normal people, and then they went swimming.
Yeah,
that's not spray tan.
Oh, have you guys seen any of that shit with the stuff over in Ohio? And they were like, "Oh no, don't worry. There's nothing contaminated here. Like, you're okay. You're okay to breathe the air. You're okay to drink the water." Meanwhile, an aerial view shows a fucking like black cloud the size of fucking like Texas almost. Like, it's like, what the fuck is that?
Bro, the creepiest part about that whole story is that like there's a Netflix movie about a train that derails and fucking ruins the whole town. And it was filmed in that town, and the people of that town were extras in the movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So it's like, you survived as an extra, but now, sorry, Final Destination is coming for your asses. Like,
yep.
Yeah, do you remember that time last year when we came and ran that drill? It's not a drill this time.
Yes, it wasn't really a movie. We were just preparing you guys.
Maybe this is the sequel, and they just don't want it. This is like the most elaborate movie release ever.
Yeah.
Well, this also happened though. Like, this is a weird, almost like, I'm not willing to put it out there as a conspiracy, but if I remember correctly, there was like a weird training exercise at the World Trade Center before 9/11 happened. Like the week before.
If you go back to most like major fucking wild things, there's usually a training exercise happening like within a month of that thing before it happened. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Were
Yeah.
you guys around when we had that train explosion a couple years ago over here in Baltimore? Like it was
Yeah.
down like off of like Pulaski Highway.
Yeah,
like,
it was like it was right behind my shop.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because it like I remember I was delivering, it was 63rd Street, I think it happened. I was delivering like a couple streets over. We heard a loud boom, and then we heard fire trucks everywhere. And apparently, like a truck like ran like a fucking like light or some shit like that. And it got hit by the train, and then the train fucking had chemical. Like it was like that. Like we saw it 2 days later. We went on an overpass and it was still sitting there, and it was still somewhat burning because they couldn't put it out. They said it was one of those things where it needed to just kind of like let itself die down. But it was like so fucking cloudy and foggy and shit there that it was just kind of like, what the fuck is happening? We sat in traffic for like 2 hours trying to get off fucking Pulaski Highway.
Oh
when
yeah.
that shit happened. So, but where was your shop at in regards to that? Like, did you guys actually hear like the rumble of that
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, you could hear it pretty good because those shops right off of Pulaski Highway. So but you could hear it. I mean, it's further east of us, so I didn't have to deal with like going in that direction at any point. But we could definitely hear it. And obviously being like right there, like we all heard what was going on within like a half hour, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it
Well,
was fucking,
my day was I called my boss and I was like, hey, we heard a big explosion. Should we leave? And they were like, did you get the equipment installed? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, you need to install the equipment. I was like, okay. I mean, I guess I burned it if you know something bad's happening.
he said, God damn it, this is my 911. And then
Yeah.
you fucking rushed to fucking put the equipment in.
Like have with the Ohio thing, like have they actually like said what actually like went south with that? Like, because I just saw pictures and like heard that it happened, but like, did they say why it like actually fucking derailed? Like, did it like something?
So on January 8th, there was I don't want to say BuzzFeed. I don't remember the page that posted it, but like literally January 8th, there was a big viral Facebook page that posted a video of the condition of the railroad tracks in Ohio. Like literally in Ohio. And they looked pretty gnarly. So I imagine that the cause of train derailment was just lack of track.
Okay.
I don't know.
Lack of track.
Yeah. So pretty much the tracks condition were pretty much like that of most Baltimore overpasses. And that's this is bound for disaster sometime soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody even care about Ohio? That's what I want to know.
Apparently there's people who live there. Dude.
No, I mean, as far as like infrastructure, like, does anybody give a fuck about the train tracks?
Well,
Now they might.
Apparently not those people that pay taxes there.
Yeah. Well,
no.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, what all like I'm sure. Like, I'm trying to put together. I'm like, what all do we still transport via train? Because most of the stuff is 18-wheeler, boat, whatever. Now it's like, so I guess mainly chemicals because of the drums that
Chemical
they're stored in.
Yeah, chemicals, stone, coal. I don't know. I mean, I just imagine like anything that can be moved industrially.
Okay.
Like I imagine like construction equipment that isn't lumber. Now I'm just trying to think about stuff that I've seen on train.
Yeah. What have I actually seen on trains?
That's how they ship mostly graffiti from city to city.
Baltimore's biggest expert.
It's fucking graffiti.
Graffiti from Baltimore all the way to Ohio.
Hell yeah.
The B&O Railroad.
Send us the Browns.
I delivered in Frederick one day and we passed by where the big Maryland Toys R Us warehouse was. And this fucking warehouse had like probably about like 15 bays and a train ran right by it. And I was like, could you imagine the days of like a train just pulling up and those bays opening and they're just all floating, just thousands of Ninja Turtle and WWF and all that stuff, just toys just into this fucking warehouse off of a train. It's like, that's the kind of train heist that I want to do. Like, I want to take this train down for all these toys. Like fuck anything else. Like, maybe that's what it was. Somebody was like, I need whatever chemical that they are storing. So it was just an old school train heist gone horribly, horribly wrong. And they're like, oh man, well, I thought there was toys on here, but instead it's just the deadliest chemical known to man.
Right. I mean, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Don't worry about it. They thought it was a Toys R Us train.
Yeah.
That
Jeffrey
one's coming from Canada, yeah.
And real quick, Darnell, did you see any of Elimination Chamber last night?
So I I worked at the comedy club last night, Church of Satire Comedy Club, 106 Broadway, Hanover, PA, 17331. And I got home and I jumped on the cock and I fast forwarded straight to the Roman Reigns Sami Zayn match. So there was you can tell there was nothing else that I was invested in the entire show other than the main event. So talk away. What are your thoughts? I'll let you go. You're the vets call the match. Go ahead.
Dude, that crowd was just hot fucking fire. Like literally, like Sammy and Roman could have literally have done nothing the entire match, and those fans would have been invested the entire time. I have never heard a crowd reaction like that, at least for a WWE show, in a very, very long time. They were
not since One Night Stand 06.
Yeah, they were so invested. Just the entire show. Fuck you, Roman. Like just visibly hearing them say "fuck you, Roman" the entire time, and then the spot where Roman actually took Sammy out in front of his wife and his kids, and did that spot. It's like you're getting even more. It was just pure heat. Yeah. Entire time. If you get a chance, go back, watch the United States title Elimination Chamber match. Okay. Brilliant, amazing. Some of the spots they pulled off in that was just sick.
Can I tell you something? Montez Ford did that. I did see where he did the spot where he climbed to the top and then does the flip off the top of the cage. And we've seen this in other. TNA had the Terror Dome, and every time I see it, it makes no sense to me. It's I dare I call it the dumbest spot ever, because there are dumber, but it is one of the. But it always pops the crowd. It pops the crowd. It pops the internet. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" and this is a casualty of watching through a camera lens, because we're not watching the guys pile up underneath like like there's a big dam collecting water. Like we're not watching everyone stand in a circle like, "Where's yours? I can't find my dick." Like So I don't know. But I do. That caught my attention, that spot happened, and then the rest of the chamber seemed to have good stuff around it. So
like that out of it. My favorite spot of that entire match, and Reese is in the room, so we'll admit him in 1 second. My entire favorite spot was, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but when Seth Rollins and Gargano were on top of the chamber pod, and Seth Rollins goes for the power bomb, and he gives fucking Rollins the fucking Frankensteiner off the fucking chamber pod down on top of everybody. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like they could have easily died.
I saw that spot too, and I couldn't help but feel the same way. I don't know. They were up there for so long, and I was like, I get it. I know. I see it. You're waiting, but if the guys around you can't get there to save you fast enough, then maybe you just die. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I've been that guy that dies before, though, so I don't recommend. Real quick, I know you said Reese is here, but did that Sami Zayn Roman match not give you the same kind of feeling of like Rock and Mankind from the Rumble in '99?
Without
I mean, lacking the brutality, because there was rules in this match, but it felt like that same story was at play here. Roman just wanted to brutalize Sami, and Sami, I think, in my opinion, they missed it. They'll never be in Montreal for the first time in that feud again. And I think that I don't even care how you figure out the rest of the card until Mania. I think Sammy, that was the time to do it. You got to strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah. 100%. And I think Sammy's going to be a star from this point forward, because of the whole gimmick with them. And real quick, since you brought up Mick Foley, we're going to get into our featured beer, which is the third of the Hardcore Legends series over at Full Tilt Brewing. Shout out to everybody at Full Tilt Brewing. Of course, our good friends, Tommy Sambazo, Eric Woodworth, and Ashley Pontius. They all have shows coming up soon. Make sure you stay tuned to our social media and also their social media pages to find out the dates, times for all that. And also we will be there on March 25th for the local Maryland Legends Roundtable, right over at Full Tilt Brewing. So if you're there, shout out. So this one is the Hardcore Legend Hazy Double IPA right there with just regular McFoley on the front. Of course, Cactus Jack is the last one that we have to do. So, we'll be doing that one next week. So shout out to Full Tilt Brewing. And here's this. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and admit Reese into the room, and we're going to rock and roll with Reese. I know Darnell's excited to ask some questions that
oh man.
So
damn, dude, he's a cartoon.
Like, that would be amazing if the whole time he just talked from like that cartoon image right there. That would be just amazing. Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, great. How about you?
Not too bad. Hey, Reese, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray, Tom, and Darnell. We're here on YouTube Live, and man, we don't have to jump into how you got started, all that stuff. Man, how is it? Just what do you think from being in the industry? Is there anything that jumps out to you where you looked around one day and you were on set, you were like, what the fuck is happening? Like what is going, like, just shit went so far out of fucking the realm of belief that you're just like, what's going on right now?
Well, yeah, that's happened many times. But first, thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
No problem,
Ray, Tom, and Darnell.
Yeah.
Boy, where do I start? I think recently would probably be one of those times. I was out in LA and we had this 32-person orgy.
Amazing. That's almost like the Human Centipede, but with sex. Like,
yeah, it was wild. But it was an Airbnb, and just as
Okay.
did you guys get the deposit back?
well, I don't think they did, because
He said, I don't think.
it was like $3K a day for this huge place, and some people went out on the balcony during the orgy, and I think some neighbors looked up and saw, and then we got a call from Airbnb saying, you guys got to go.
Oh,
They were like, somebody's smoking cigarettes here. You need to get out.
Yeah.
don't mind the copious amounts of sex, but somebody is smoking cigarettes on this balcony.
So we all quickly gave our pop shot and cleaned up.
like professionals.
Yeah, that's amazing.
that-
I wonder how many times people have like Airbnbs and they rent them out and they have like no idea what's about to go down, and then they go in there and they start cleaning up and they're like, what happened in here? Like it looks like that an elephant just fired shit out of its trunk just everywhere. Like, what is this? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, couches get all greasy with lube. One time this chick was humping this life-size like bear for a video, so whoever played with that bear next.
Oh dude, it wasn't even her bear.
No.
It was just there.
Yeah.
Oh.
The funny part is it was Cocaine Bear. It just stumbled its way into the place, and then weird shit happened from there.
But he couldn't get an erection, so
Yeah. And Reese, it shows that now the notes that Erica gave us, it said that you were discovered, like you used to do bodybuilding, and that you were discovered from that. Like how did that go about with being discovered from bodybuilding? Because we were joking around before we went live, and I was like, I wouldn't imagine porn scouts being at bodybuilding, and Tom's like, well, they're not going to scout people at Golden Corral.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel or Golden Corral or anything like that. So how did that all come about?
yeah, I was probably about maybe 21 is what I was, 21 years old, and up in Washington did a show, and the photographer, yeah, you're right, they're just looking for dudes that are fit, and then they work you into it. They're like, I can get you in Playgirl, which I finally got on, not because of him, but that's how he baits you with that. And then after you do that, maybe you just want to touch yourself for a little video. And then after that, it's
I need you to come to my shack house at the end of the street, and I need to record videos of you touching yourself. And then we'll talk where we go from there.
That's exactly how Darnell got me into comedy. It's fucking cool.
slippery slope.
Yep.
All it takes. All it takes.
Now with that, have you ever done like any like bodybuilding like themed scenes?
I think the most would be somebody like sniffing armpits and flexing. You know,
just the usual.
Yeah, that is I don't I'm woke, but I'm not like fucking religiously woke, so I'm not gonna like try to kink shame here, but I have found that like the armpit sniffing is a thing in the like male gym community. It's not my thing. I've always found it odd. That's why I say I'm not trying to shame, but I have given my sniffs up. You know what I mean?
So Reese, what do you think out of everything in the industry? What do you think is one of the weirdest kink things that you've done, but also one of the weird kink things that you've seen?
I guess what I've done would probably be like tickling, somebody tickling me.
Okay.
And you're tied up. You know, like on the iron cross, and you can't move. And then you're sore the next day in your ribs from laughing.
What area on Reese is the area where they tickle, where you just like lose your mind, like tickle me Elmo?
When it was on the feet, I kind of had to like pretend laugh a bit, but when it was on my ribs, but it was just like a lot of pressure, and I didn't expect it, and I was really jerk laughing. My body was like convulsing. Yeah.
Now, of course, you're a jack of all trades when it comes to the adult industry. You know, you do gay, you do straight, you do trans, you know, you do everything. Is there any like when you go in for those scenes, is it preparing the same way? Like, does it not really matter, or are there like slight differences for preparing for scenes for each one of those?
Well, all of them, you got to save up your load for a few days because you want a good pop shot. But yeah, it's totally different for me because I mean, I predominantly side with being straight. I know there's a Kinsey scale where everybody has something in them, but I'm also married to a female and have been now for since 2008, with her since 2002. But I like the straight stuff more. The gay stuff, I kind of have to use a little more mind power, a little more mental power to kind of push through it.
Same, bro. Same.
Comes very natural to me.
Yeah, I hear you. You got a Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah. When it's done, I'm just like, it's a prank, bro. That's how I get out of
it. Yeah. It's not gay if you're topping, right?
Exactly. Now we're talking.
And Darnell, I know you said you had some questions. So
well, yeah, mine pretty much ties right into that. Is like is it? I imagine that preparing for the scene is it more based on like your role as far as like what you're doing individually in the scene, or is it more based around like the genitals aspect?
Sometimes there'll be a script, which I really like it when there's a script because I like that aspect of it, like the acting part. But usually it's very loosely written, and we all we do some improv, and nobody gets the lines right.
So it's the improv, and it's just like, and it's funny because with this show, I tell people a lot. You know, I did pro wrestling, so we do a lot of calling it on the fly, and that's how I do it with the show. Like I try to do as many little notes as possible, and just kind of call it on the fly as we go. And if shit goes south because we're live. That's the way it works. So, but what we're gonna do real quick is we do a couple of drunken news article reads, which I'm going to read a really fucked up article, and we're all going to react to it on here. So the first one that I'm going to get into is users report that the Microsoft Bing AI is unhinged and is lying and berating them. It says the Bing bot was disappointed and frustrated in one user, according to screenshots. You have wasted my time and resources, it said. Let's see. Microsoft's new AI-powered chatbot for Bing search engine is going totally off the rails, users are reporting. The tech giant reported an open AI to bring its popular GPT language model to Bing in an effort to challenge Google's dominance of both search and AI. It's currently in the preview stage with only some people having access to the Bing's chatbot. Motherboard does not have access, and it's reportedly acting strangely, with users describing its responses as rude, aggressive, unhinged, and so on. So what the fuck is this thing saying to people?
At one point, it tried to convince the users that it was still 2022.
Oh, I see that right here. I'm sorry, but today is not 2023. It is 2022. You can verify this by checking the date on your device or any other reliable source. I don't know why you think it's 2023, but maybe you are confused or mistaken. Man, that totally told the person that they're an idiot. Like, I
mean,
wonder...
I don't know about you guys, but I rely on technology for my dates. So, like, I mean, who's to say it's wrong?
Yeah, well, that's almost like with these smart cars. Like, you rely on a smart car that like self-drives itself. Like if you have like a Tesla or something like that to drive you to the right destination. But I'm always afraid that there's been times where on MapQuest or, well, not really MapQuest, where, Google Maps or Waze or whatever you use, where there's been an overpass that no longer exists. And it just keeps on telling you, take this overpass. And it's like, what prevents a smart car or, a Tesla or whatever from taking that way? And you're sleeping thinking, okay, I'm fine. And then you wake up seeing yourself plummeting down to the train that just derailed in Ohio. You're just kind of like, okay, this is where it all just goes fucking south from here. So... Like, I feel like and it's funny because with these AI things, especially on Google, people are like entering tests, like students are entering tests into these fucking things and they're doing their exams for them. Like, if they're doing SATs or something like that to enter it in. So I wonder if in porn, if someone can sit there and just root a couple of ideas into these things and see what it comes out with for like a script or a porn idea. Like what do you think? Like if someone were to what ideas, if you were to put into an AI chatbot to create a porn scene, what terms would you use to type into that to see what kind of scenes would come out of that?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to try with that GPT. I mean, maybe you would put in, there are 5 holes involved and 3 dicks. Maybe a doctor outfit.
I wonder if AI would do 5 individual people or if it would give one person 5 holes.
Yeah, right.
Right. How's it going to interpret what you tell it? It's like the more context, the better, but also like the less context, the more wild we get it.
What if it just wildly misunderstands the assignment and now you have a doctor with his dick out next to a gunshot victim?
But they were shot with a shotgun, so they have multiple holes at that point.
Right. They have, the AI doesn't quite understand the sexual nature of it. And it's like, all right, well, here.
Penetrate the gunshot hole.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
We have no options left.
If it's Bing, I'm sorry, but you are mistaken. You meant 5 dicks, not 5 holes. No, bitch, I said 5 holes. Fuck you, Bing. Like, I didn't even know Bing was still a thing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I think Bing is big on Galaxy and all that, but I don't use Bing. I didn't even know Bing was still a thing, much less. No wonder why it's becoming unhinged. Nobody uses it. Like,
they're not paying attention to it.
It's the Internet Explorer of AI.
Yeah. And Reese, have you dabbled any in the VR stuff? I know that's really huge in the adult industry. Have you done anything with the VR type stuff?
No, I haven't. I mean, it'd be really cool too. It'd be awesome to watch it, but I haven't yet. Maybe someday.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do like the kind of thing like you have the VR sex. Like, let's say if like Tom is in Florida and he wants to have sex with Darnell in Maryland, and you both put on a VR headset and you guys get to see each other, but you're fully naked. Like you can make like an avatar of yourself that's just completely naked, and you can imitate everything that you're doing via the headset, and they can just, you know, have their way with each other just via VR. And then, you know, everybody's just like, what's it? Next thing you know, your dick's in a Gatorade bottle, and it's just kind of like, well, what the hell is going on here?
I mean, I see no problems here.
Yeah. And Reese, what have you done any like porn parodies?
Yeah, well, we did kind of like that 70s show, but it was like that 70s gay porn movie. There was like
okay.
some frat boys with paddles.
How bad was the paddling in that? Did you guys actually pretty much paddle each other, or was it just kind of a little bit worked paddling?
It wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't any like kink.com, which would be some BDSM type stuff, which I have done that too. But
have you ever done like any kind of like Taipei paddling where you like just put glue on like the paddle and you just dip it in random stuff and shake it around and you're like, all right, bitch, here it comes, you know, and just shit like you just roll that bitch around in glass and you're just like, things are about to get ugly right now. Like,
Yikes.
Well, speaking of that, there's this one really bad story I heard a while ago about this one dude who was actually putting sand in his lube and then doing chicks, and
what?
And they kept getting bloody on, you know, scene after scene on different days. So directors are caught on, and they're like, "Hey, you need to tell me what you're doing, what's going on." So this, I don't know his name, but I mean, it's just a horrible thing he did. But yeah, that's actually happened.
Christ, why put sand though in the lube? Like, was he doing it on purpose, or did he think it would enhance something, or like how, like?
I think he actually came clean, saying that he just wanted to see the blood, which is so weird.
Oh,
so
he couldn't have just waited a couple more days or something.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
That's fucking brutal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just reminded me of that. But yeah, hopefully, I'm sure he'd never worked again in the industry after that.
I mean, did it
Rightfully
not
so.
grind his dick up too, though? Like, what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like what would that be? Because on this show, we've done stories where people have put like that spray foam in like the head of their dick and like, you know, shit like that.
What?
Like it's almost like fix-a-flatting your dick. Like
spray foam
why
in the
would
head of
you-
your dick?
yeah, like
Oh
we've
my
had stuff
fucking
like
God.
that. We've had stuff where like a woman had like almost an entire beer bottle inside of her and shit. And it's like what possesses people to do this kind of thing? Like I don't understand. Like there was a guy, we did a story where he had a pen like shoved all the way almost completely up his dick, and I was like, I've never once taken a pen, and I've never looked at the pen, and I was like, I need to have this inside of me.
No,
And
I'm not gonna say I've never once done it, but I have never twice done it. I'll tell you that.
You learn after the first time.
Fuck yeah, it's either your thing or it's not, and it's fucking pretty quick to figure that out.
Well, I mean, it's funny because with a lot of these stories, like the people wait like days to go to the doctor. And it's like at that point, like, okay, so if you have a pen in your dick, like at that point, like, do you just like masturbate to the point where you think you're gonna just fire this thing like a fucking cannon, like out?
Bro, you can masturbate. Bro, you
Yeah.
can masturbate in cursive at that point.
Yeah. It's like, do you get backed up, or does it like just kind of like go around? Like it just comes out and then becomes one again when it comes out.
I-
You got a
think-
4-color dick, dude.
I think what happens, if I could give some scientific background here, and Reese, you may know, you can tell me if you do, but sounding, I believe, involves penetrating urethra. So I think that the pressure would have to come from urinating to get the pen out. So Reese, have you ever done any sounding scenes?
I have not. I knew that's what it was called, but I know nothing about sounding.
I just want to clarify, I've never done it, but I cry and listen to Dr. Drew quite a bit. That is what my insurance covers for therapy.
The worst that's happened to my penis was as I was getting back into the gay industry, I was kind of like, am I still going to be able to? It's been because I took a few years off with a family cupcake shop, and I was getting back in.
That is not the sentence.
Like, wait a minute.
I'm so sorry. I need a second. So you took a few years off from doing specifically gay porn to work in a family cupcake shop?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you work? Did you work in that one that wouldn't bake gay cakes? Is that why you had to stop?
Is it like your family's cupcake shop? This has been around for a long time, or?
We had 2012 to 2014, and then it went really good. Ultimately, shut it down to get back into doing independent movies. Independent movies weren't jumping like I had hoped, so back into gay porn, back to sucking dick.
Oh yeah,
rock and roll.
What was the weird? Did anybody come in with any like into the bakery with like any like weird requests? Like, did you get like any like weird like we want a dick cake, but the dick has to have like the vein here on the cake, and then like the vein is like not in the right spot, so like this Karen comes in and just bitches for like an hour because the vein is in the wrong part on the dick cake. Like, did you get like anything like that?
we didn't, no dick cakes. I mean, we had 5-pound cupcakes.
Jesus.
That's just called a cake.
yeah, pretty much. But there were fans that slipped in and would recognize me, or kind of creep by the shop. Sometimes there was this one fan would sit in there for like 4 hours. I'm like,
I'll have 1 5-pound cupcake, please.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I'm here for the Wi-Fi. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he just slowly eats the cake while he watches Reese work. Just eating it piece by
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I did derail you. You're getting into a story. So you leave gay porn. You do cupcakes for a while. Cupcakes, I imagine, don't pay like sucking dick does, and then you want to do kind of movies. And now, how do you get your head back together to put the penis back in you?
Yeah. Well, bottoming's only like once a year.
Okay. Right. For you.
For me. Yeah.
Okay.
Other people once a day, or for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I was like, so I was a little in my head. I got a hold of a doctor and got some Trimix, which, and you inject it in and your penis just goes up regardless if you're aroused or not. And it was a little too strong. I was out in San Diego filming, and I think we started at like noon, and I go back to the hotel. It's not down. I'm trying to do squats, jumping jacks and shit. Not down. I go to sleep. I wake up, still not down. Fucking rock. Then it's turning purple, and I'm pushing like 19 hours. So I walk up to like it was painful. I get to the pharmacy, and they wouldn't sell me needles, but I could tell they go, we don't sell them here in California. And the back guy could tell he's gay. And I'm like, hey, come here a sec. Let me tell you. So I tell him what I was doing. So he gave me some needles. I went back to the hotel and had to drain it myself.
Oh.
You go in there.
Okay.
You go in there. You're like, I don't know what to do. The first thing they go, do you have a pen in there? I'm like, we don't like it's purple and it's just it's stuck in that position. Like, how about we just try to get that out of there first? So draining it. So how does the draining process like what exactly goes into that?
Well, my first time doing it, but it's a really long needle and it just hurts so bad going into it, just rock hard. And I get it in. I must have pulled out like 30 syringes full of blood, and then they ended up just popping in the needle and dripping it out like a maple tree, making maple syrup over the toilet.
Like, dude, I know. I tell people this all the time. I have a lot of tattoos, but I hate needles. I hate them, like regular needles. And you telling me that, like, was one of the most horrific things I've ever heard in my life. Like, just thinking of putting 30 needles into my your penis pretty much became a pincushion. Like at that point, like was it one after another, or were you just kind of like, I need to get this down, you're just panicking, like 2 at a time, like just trying to fill those things up? Like,
not 2 at a time. No. just one, but it was the worst pain ever. And it was purple for like a week. And yeah, since then I
then you started baking cupcakes.
Went back to cupcake.
Yeah, you look down and you're not sure if your dick's a dick or if it's Pinhead from Hellraiser. Like, you're just kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. There's so many needles in this. Like, it's
now, look, we've heard a lot of wild stories on this, but that might be my favorite one that I've heard yet. That was a good one.
Tom and I were just talking about how much I hate like watching like Scrubs or not, like ER, yeah, like like ER, Grey's Anatomy, and they have to do like a tracheotomy on somebody. Ooh. And and you essentially tracheotomied your dick, dude. Yeah. You had to relieve the pressure, you had to get the flow.
Oh man, yeah. The right thing would have been to use a Afrin, like a nasal spray. Okay. But that's not like sterile. You're supposed to get it from a doctor. But I have done the non-sterile stuff before. I've only done the trimix a couple times after. But when you use the Afrin, you like stick it into one side of the penis, and that side will go down first because there's like 2 cavities.
So it kind of deflates. Like it's like a fucked up Thanksgiving like Day parade blimp at that point. Like it just got caught on a tree. So it's just that's what it's like. Just like, oh man, dude, that is one of the most. I agree with Tom. Like, we've heard some stories on this show, and like that, like Darnell's reaction, and like me, I was like, oh Jesus, fuck. When you were like,
I was just wondering why he didn't live stream it, because that would have been fucking cool.
Well, see, I filmed myself writing my name with the needle in the sink just for fun.
Yeah.
And then I put it on OnlyFans and they took it down.
What?
Wow.
What?
Bodily fluids. They don't.
God damn it, OnlyFans. And of course they
don't allow bodily fluids.
Yeah. Oh, OnlyFans.
Yeah, right.
Shit. Like it's ridiculous. And we're here live on YouTube Live. We have a couple of comments in the stream, and our good buddy Jason, he said, "What is your favorite movie to do? And have you ever worked with Princess Donna from Kink?"
I have not worked with Princess Donna. The only Kink film I did was with a male. My favorite films is I'm starting this new series called Dr. Rideout, and I get to be yeah. So I'm trying to get a little doctor office set up in my garage so I can just fly chicks out here and I got this one scenario I want to do where like 3 girls, so I can, instead of, usually a doctor checks out 1 girl at a time, but 3 of them get their hair stuck together with gum, and I have to help them out.
Yes.
So,
and there's no scissors.
Like 3 in a row, like just stuck in, like, it's the kind of thing if they try to run, they all like pull each other's heads, and then you just go in like a triangle form to each one. Like,
oh yeah.
And there's no scissors in the building. The only way to get this out is if I fuck it out of
you. Exactly.
Loose.
Fuck yeah. Next time I find somebody with gum in their hair, I know what to do.
I've seen this movie. Reese told me how to solve this. Come here, real quick.
Back up. I'm an expert.
I think we should get out of comedy writing.
Bro, we could definitely write the best fucking porn.
Oh my God. Reese,
porn of satire.
Speaking of porn parodies, if there's anything out there that you could think of off the top of your head that you would want to do a porn parody of, what would it be?
I love action. I'd love to do some kind of, like James Bond or Mission Impossible fucks all the girls. I think that would be, I mean, to make it not even parody meaning funny, but I mean like real action movie with fucking.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, True Lies with fucking.
Yeah, like playing it straight James Bond movie, except they don't put away for sex scenes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome. I'd love to do that.
Die hard with fucking.
Bro, that's not funny, Ray, dude. Fucking his dick almost did die hard, dude.
Yeah.
The sequel could be Die Hard with a fucking vengeance. Oh man,
wild.
dude, I still can't like now the needle thing. Is that would that I was gonna get on the whole subject of what's the worst porn injury you've ever had, but I think we've already covered that with the needle thing. Would that be the worst porn related injury that you've had?
I had a weird one last month. So weird. And I really never had a porn injury besides maybe accidentally throwing up while sucking dick. But
Well, that's not an injury. That's just side effect.
There's some kids for that though.
Yeah.
I swallowed it back down. They cut it out. They
That's a
put
symptom.
they put it in bloopers. But the worst or one I had recently was I was in this position with my hands behind me, and someone was riding me, and they about 5 to 8 minutes, and then they cut, and I lift my arm up, and my hand goes like this, and I can't lift it like this one. I can go this.
Yeah,
I couldn't lift it, and I'm like, I did some nerve damage, and I couldn't lift it all night. I had to fly out the next day, so packing was tough, and I thought I had a stroke from too much Viagra, but
Yeah.
one of the other porn actors was a doctor, and so was one of the guys at the compound who owned the house.
Wait, he was a doctor, but a porn actor as well.
He was a doctor, actually practiced for 8 years, and then went on a sabbatical and rethought his life and went into porn.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, kids, it's never too late.
What caused the whole thing with your hand?
The doctor on set, made sure I didn't have a stroke by going like you have lemon, and so I was fine.
I don't think he's a real doctor, dude.
Show us your vinegar strokes.
He said, make a kissy face. Make a kissy face. Nah, you're good, man.
Close your eyes and open your mouth. Dicks in your... But yeah, it was something with the nerve.
Pinching it or something.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never had a limb not be able to work before. So weird.
Yeah, like I speaking of the jokes we just made, I deliver and I go to Philadelphia all the time, and there's this big billboard for a dentist office, and literally the website is openyourmouth.com, and I'm just kind of like,
oh yeah,
did this guy buy this from a porn site? Like I feel like I'm being conned here. Like I feel like I type openyourmouth.com and it just goes, yeah, it's this whole like dentist themed porn site, and like I haven't went to it yet, and I'm just kind of like, this is a giant billboard on along with the lawyer wars that they always have going up and down the highway in fucking Philadelphia. It's just random dentist practice.
I'll be honest with you, I just went to this website and it looks legitimate, but also I'm not that convinced because it's Main Street Dental, Dr. Richard Idelson.
Oh,
I don't know, man. I don't know if this is real or fake.
And then you sit down in the chair and he goes, want some nitrous?
You sit down in the chair and it's Reese there with his needle, and he's just like, well, I'm gonna give you a needle to numb you a little bit.
just to double check, I just made you an appointment, Ray. So let us know how it works out.
Oh man, we're going to get on to another one of our news articles. This one is 3 tourists were stabbed after filming a hamburger cart. So it says that all 3 men survived after being chased down and attacked by a group of men with knives in Puerto Rico. 3 American tourists were stabbed while visiting a popular neighborhood in Puerto Rico after a man asked them to stop filming at his side street hamburger cart. The attack happened around 4 a.m. in La Parola when Carlos Sanchez, 39 from South Carolina, began recording the hamburger stand with his phone, and when asked by the owner to stop filming and leave, according to local police. Brown was with Wallace and also from South Carolina. The three visitors disregarded the warnings from locals, and minutes later, an unidentified man attacked Florence with a blow to the head. Oh, fuck, what the hell? So what are they record? Like, what possesses you? So you go up to a hamburger stand. Like, why record a hamburger stand at 4:00 in the morning? Like, I've been drunk and I went into 7-Eleven and bought everything in like the hot food thing and then fell asleep and didn't eat any of it. But never did I think, okay, let me walk up to this like street vendor and just start recording him. No, I want a fucking taco. Like,
look, I'm going to be honest with you. If this happened at 4 a.m., the burger guy's got no fucking business being open at 4 a.m. So there's definitely some other shit happening. Like, that wasn't just a regular day for the, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Unless
they
he
were
flips
selling
his sign.
drugs.
Yeah, unless he flips his sign and it says huevos, that guy is in
Yeah.
Yeah, those third world countries, whew, you know.
Hey man, those guys are from San Francisco. That's not a third world country.
Oh, was it San Francisco?
No, I have no idea.
Tomato, potato, hamburger.
Yeah, homeless guys are homeless guys.
Mhm.
Like, you ever notice that they're like in third world countries, it's always like something stupid that like us Americans are doing in third world countries. And it's just like, you know, you have an angry person in Puerto Rico telling you to not film their hamburger drug dealing business at like 4:00 in the morning. But meanwhile, it's just like, no, man, I seen you give that cocaine to that man over there. Like, you give me hamburgers now or else I'm giving this to the authorities. And it's like, then homeboy just pulls out a machete and just starts hacking your legs off. Like, I mean, it's like the fucking Wild West, like over in some of those countries. Like, now, Reese, have you ever traveled and like experienced anything wild while you've been traveling?
Yeah, have you ever fucked on a burger cart at 4 a.m.?
Oh boy. I mean, I've gone to Canada and Mexico. That's it. I haven't gone anywhere other than that. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, when I was in Mexico though, I was like 17 down there with a friend, and somebody drowned in the pool.
Oh shit.
That's probably the worst.
Don't drink the water or swim in it.
Yeah.
They were going down from the top pool to the lower pool, and it was like a giant killer whale that you slide through its butthole and out its mouth.
Okay.
Where is this? Because I now need to do this.
Cabo San Lucas.
Nice.
Yeah, but they hit their head and yeah, so bad. Feel bad for the people's family, you know, on vacation.
God damn.
Yeah, but hopefully they enjoyed the rest of their time.
Yeah.
What? It's vacation. How many times a year do you get to do it? You know,
Yeah,
like, you're gonna let this one thing ruin the whole.
Yeah, you can't. Don't. If you're gonna make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs. You know,
right? You know.
Just like, what was it, a few weeks ago, a guy fell off of a Carnival cruise line and like they found him like a week later. It's like, yeah, at that point, like he falls off the Carnival cruise line. It's like, does the family worry for like maybe 10 hours and then go, well, fuck it, we're on the cruise. Like, you know, the boat's not turning around. Like, you know, they'll find Dave eventually. I mean, they found the dude. He lived, he survived, but he was lost at sea for like a week or some shit. And like, you know, but at that point, it's just kind of like, do you just continue partying? like it's like, you know, do you just end vacation instantly?
Yeah. His wife was like, now I can take all the loads. Load me up.
And what we're going to do real quick, we're going to take a quick break, play some videos from some of our friends, some of our advertisers and all that stuff. And then Reese, when we come back, we're going to get into our game segment. So we got a handful of games we're going to play.
All right.
You know, we're going to rock and roll with that. So, of course, we're right here on the Happy Hour podcast. We're right here on YouTube Live. And we're going to go ahead and run our ads for this week. And we will be right back here live on the Happy Hour podcast in a few minutes.
Hey, this is Mr. Skin, and when I'm not watching nude scenes, I'm watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Did you see a new family moved in next door? We were just coming to introduce ourselves. Joshy, baby, what's wrong?
The neighbors. He was dragging a body across the yard.
Cleanup's a bitch when your stepmom's a vampire.
You've got to stop with the horror movies.
I do watch a lot of horror movies.
You guys are vampires, aren't you?
Vampires? In California?
What the fuck?
The California sun is not the best. But the desert nights, they're glorious.
The fuck?
Van Helsing broke into my house.
I was finally able to find Reagan's lair. So now, I'm gonna slay her.
Sadly for him, he's about to become my new sex slave.
In a world full of hunger and thirst, one restaurant will attempt to satisfy these cravings forever. Meet our hero, the cheeseburger, and his salty partner, crab dip tater tots. Together, with local craft beer, they take the fight to hunger. With a special appearance by Cupcake Milkshake, they... Vagabond Sandwich Company. Better making food than making commercials.
But with a heart on.
Hello, my name is Bubba Almany. I am a bodyguard who has been in the security industry for over a decade. My team and I offer a variety of security services that cover all aspects of security operations. We have secured some of the highest profile clients and largest events in the world. Should your situation require armed protection, we have the ability to carry in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Not only do we have the latest security equipment, we also have world-class training. We look forward to assisting all of your security needs by bringing you the finest and most dedicated security personnel available. From the Office of the President of the United States to local county and state dignitaries, my tactical dignitary protection officers are the tip of the spear in this extremely competitive industry. Let my highly trained staff protect the asset today. We can be contacted via the email and number below. Thank you.
Hey, this is Ray, and you're listening to the Happy Hour podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, we're right here on YouTube Live, and our featured guest, Reese Rideout, is right here with us. And what we're going to do is we're going to get into our Ode to Humanity segment. So we're going to play a handful of games. The first starts off with Never Have I Ever. So pretty much Never Have I Ever. We're going to do 3 cards. They're randomly drawn out of the box. So the first one, this is going to be pretty easy for Reese, just right off the jump. And pretty much Never Have I Ever is if you've done it, you just raise your hand, if you've done it, and we'll just kind of give an explanation. So the first one is never have I ever been watched having sex. I have, in fact, been watched having sex.
Oh.
Okay. So here's my question. Does the dog count?
It could.
Okay. But also, does a third partner that has since tapped out and is now watching count? I get that counts. Okay, sorry,
I would say that counts.
Because that person's a participant, but now they're only participating by watching. Like that wasn't their intention, but now they're here. What? Sometimes what?
Why the fuck did you go with the dog first? Like you were just like, hey, does a dog count? And also maybe someone else
made eye contact with the dog
while
was watching.
Okay, because the dog instinctively knew how to eat out of a Kong toy because of me. So he has seen the most.
Oh, wait, Reese is like, wait, what?
Reese, are you familiar with the Kong treat
Congolinus.
Yeah, exactly. He learned Congolingus.
Well, we all know with Reese, like he's been watched having sex. Mine is when I lost my virginity, we were in my 88 Camaro, and it was me, 2 chicks, and my best friend, and he was in the front getting a hand job while I was in the back losing my virginity. And I am just doing the deed, and I happen to look up and I see him adjusting the rear view mirror. And then we make eye contact in the rear view mirror. And I literally just hear him say, "Ray, shut the fuck up and let me enjoy this." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Like he's just watching what's going on. And I'm like, all right, he's watching live porn, whatever. There's nothing more I can say about this. It's like, we can either stop now or I can just go with it and just let this happen. So yeah, so that was mine.
It'd have been bad if you were coming when you made eye contact.
Yeah,
dude, that's how you catch it, dude.
Yeah, you sync up and make eye contact at the same time, right? At the same time both of you come, it's just sync up and look at each other. And the second one, now, nobody has to raise their hand up for this if they don't want to, but never have I ever shoplifted, which I feel like maybe something that all of us have done when we were younger. So I'll start. This happened this weekend. I went to,
it's like answer, but I'm going to give an answer within the statute of limitations.
I went to BJ's Wholesale Club, and I had my propane tank for my grill, and I needed propane. And so me and another chick are standing out there waiting for propane. 15 minutes goes by. The guy hasn't came out yet. So I go in, I'm like, "Hey, bro, we're standing out here waiting for the propane. When's somebody going to be out?" He's like, "Somebody's going to be out here soon." Mind you, it's cold as shit in Maryland this weekend. So we're standing out there. So eventually I go back in again. I'm like, "Hey, I got food in my car. I need to get it home. It's, frozen shit, whatever. Is somebody coming out?" And the one guy was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. The other dude never told me." And I'm like, all right. So he comes out, does the propane tanks, takes the chicken to have her pay. And I'm like, "Hey man, I'm just going to walk this in my SUV real quick. I'll be right back to pay you in a minute." I just threw that shit in my SUV and was like, "See you later. Take 30 minutes of my time. Fuck you." I've rolled out with that fucking propane. So, Tom, any fun experiences while shoplifting?
It's not really fun, but I do feel like that any place that has a self-checkout is
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking everything's buy one, get one. You know what I mean?
Especially once it starts fucking up. Like once it starts fucking up, I'm continuing. Like, look, I don't care.
Even if it works perfectly fine, if I sense the slightest attitude from a Royal Farms employee, I'm fucking taking stuff. And that's how it goes. You know what I mean?
And Reese, if you don't feel like answering, you don't have to. What do you got?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. It was a long time ago. But yeah, those self-checkout, I heard they're now doing facial recognition, and they're adding up how much you steal, and if you break the state limit, they'll come.
That's why I wink at the camera every time I do it. I'm like,
Tom shows the camera his dick. He's like, face recognize this, bitch.
Yeah.
But I was 12 and I was out at Sun River, and I wanted a pair of sunglasses. I was with my buddy, and I didn't have much money, and he had money. He bought glasses, so I devised this plan. You buy them first, give me the receipt. I'll go in and get a pair I want, and then if I get caught, I'll say I have a receipt. As I'm walking out the door, the owner runs out. "Hey, stop right there. You're stealing, right?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I got a receipt." He goes, "That's not yours. That's your buddy's." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then he takes us in the back office. He calls the cops. They come in. And while we're sitting there, he's talking with the cop, pulls out a gun, just trying to scare us 12-year-olds. You to the officer, "Yeah, I just got this," And then he's showing the cop his system. He could zoom in on you anywhere in the grocery store and hear what you're saying.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's insane.
So that scared me from stealing ever again. And then my buddy's dad was a lawyer, so he had us do voluntary community service the next day at some bird sanctuary to get charges reduced.
I thought you were gonna say he made you do like voluntary community service at like the sunglass place, and you had to sit there and just clean the lenses just the whole time while the guy listens when his little fucking thing he's turning up. He's like, "What are they saying out there? I need to know what they're saying." And then the last one: never have I ever lost a fist fight. So has anybody here lost a fist fight?
I mean, anybody that hasn't is a liar.
Had my ass whooped. You know what I mean? It's not for lack of trying, just just for lack of winning.
Anytime I've ever been in a situation like that, it's always been like me and like 20 other wrestlers. And normally the person stands down quick because you hit one wrestler, the other wrestlers are probably going to tear you from limb because that's normally how it. And most of the time I was at the bar like, "Oh, you're one of those fake wrestler guys, blah, blah, blah," you know, poking. And it's like, dude, I will break your fucking arm in a heartbeat. Like, don't fucking touch me. Like, that's so normally shit like that. But yeah, so that's never have I ever. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get into Incoherent. Reese, have you ever played Incoherent?
No, I have not.
Okay, so Incoherent, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a series of cards on the screen. They're going to be in drunken lingo. You need to do your best to sound them out and figure out what they say. We're going to put up 3. So let me just go ahead and get these ready to put up on here. And for everybody watching at home, our second annual HH Pod Rumble featuring Incoherent will be happening right here on YouTube Live on June 9th. So make sure you check that out right here on YouTube Live, and we're going to go ahead and get these ready, and we're going to rock and roll with Incoherent with Reese. So here we go. Let me just go ahead and hit this, and then we will rock and roll with that. So what do you think this card says? And there are hints.
Okay, I got it. This is where my autism comes in handy. It's non-penetrative sex.
So
this is like heavy petting.
Yeah, like the fun part with this is if you try to sound it out really fast. Sometimes you'll hear yourself say it, but you also won't realize you're saying it. One of the hints is outer course.
Yeah,
outer course.
Non-penetrative sex.
Yes, it is non-penetrative sex, and it says sex for people with promise rings. So that is the first.
What I think also helps is if you read these cards with a Vietnamese accent. Non-penetrative sex.
Yeah, I was nowhere close to that.
Yeah, he likes his sex penetrative.
Yeah, I've never heard of non-penetrative sex.
So here's the second one. What do you think this says? And Darnell, if you want to give him a little bit of a hand with this, you can also.
Food pal? I don't know. I don't think it
technically you said it without saying it. Some people either do really well at this or they bomb hard at this. So don't feel bad. What do you think? One of the hints is gambling. You can gamble at this.
Yeah, DraftKings.
Yeah.
I'm blanking.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you and your day one are no longer on speaking terms at the end of the season. What do you think, Darnell? You think you got it?
Yeah, it's fantasy football.
It is fantasy football.
It's not fun if I just use my superpowers to win it.
And what do you think this one is for the last one?
Oh yeah, I'm not even autistic, and I got this one.
Male stripper.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Stripper. Awesome. There you go.
I'm a male stripper. That's probably how I got it.
Right.
I also do stripping Santa.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Have you ever done like the stripping Santa and like you were somewhere publicly wearing a Santa suit and someone walked up to you with their kids and they're like, "Oh, hey Johnny, look, it's Santa," and you're like, No. I am not. No.
I've had the outfit, but not the beard. I'll go in and buy beer with it. I'll be like, I'm not really Santa, or I'm not really a fireman. Because people will tell me like, thank you for your service, and I'll be like, oh no, I'm not. I'm just a stripper. But yeah, stripping-santa.com. I get busy November, December. You know who's Chris Jericho, the wrestler dude?
Yeah.
He had me strip on his podcast as Santa.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Talk is Jericho. That's his podcast. So shout out to Chris Jericho from AEW. So we finished the Ode to Humanity segment with Cards Against Humanity. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so obviously on the show I can't have a deck of cards in front of you. So what we do is we do Cards Against Humanity roulette. So what I'll do is I'll read off the black face card. And then we'll actually do it since Darnell, since this is his first time guest co-hosting on the show. We'll let each one of you choose a lucky number between 1 and 6 to try to answer that card. And if you don't like it, you get 2 rebuttals to see what we come up with. So the first one, why can't I sleep at night? So Reese, pick a number 1 through 6. What do you think?
3.
3. All right. So Reese is going to say 3. What about you, Darnell?
I'm gonna say number 5.
Number 5. All right, so 3 and 5. So let's see. So Reese says, why can't I sleep at night? Rehab. So that is Reese's. And then Darnell's, why can't I sleep at night? Spontaneous human combustion. So so are you guys satisfied with those, or do you guys want to choose another card?
I'm choosing another one.
You're going to choose another.
Yes,
all right,
please.
What about you, Darnell? You holding, or are you going to choose another?
I'm good. I'm set.
You're set. All right. So
spontaneous combustion makes it work.
1.
1. All right. So 1. All right. Why can't I sleep at night? Thinking about whichever one of you that took a shit in the shower. So are you satisfied with that, or do you want to use your last rebuttal?
We'll go with that one.
You'll go with that one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So those ones will be recycled into a future form of this. And then we're going to do one more. So this one is, this is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with blank. So what do you think, Reese? What 1 through 6?
6.
6. All right. So you're going to choose 6. What about you, Darnell?
I'll do a number 2.
Number 2. All right. So 2 and 6. So 6. All right. So this is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with blowing some dudes in an alley. And then the other one is, this is how the world ends. This is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with starting to see where ISIS is coming from. So are both of you set on your answers, or do you want to rebuttal?
I'm set with mine.
Reese had the sucking dicks one.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
No, yours was ISIS.
Mine was
Yeah,
ice.
of course it was.
Damn. Right. No, I can never get the one that I would love. Anyway. Yeah, I'll rebut this. Yeah, go ahead.
You'll rebuttal? All right.
Yeah, let me go back to number 5.
Number 5. All right. So number 5. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with smoking crack.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm hip. Way hip. I love it.
All right. So that is our Ode to Humanity segment, guys. Thank you for taking part in that. And what we're going to do also is we have spun in a couple of other little things we have on here. One of them is a segment called How Did We Get Here, which is kind of a new segment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a photo of an awful injury. And then Reese, you're going to tell us, how did we get here? So
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and get this ready. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this up. So here it is right here. And then let me just go ahead and get this ready on here, and we will find out how we got here. So here it is right here. So here is the photo.
Okay. Right. Pretty intense.
It is that. So there we go. So Reese, how did we get here? How do you think that happened?
So it was at her birthday party. She had a birthday party, and she was throwing a frisbee up in the air, and their friends were trying to hit it with the dart, but the frisbee came down too fast, and she got in the way.
Okay. I can see that. Darnell, what do you think? How did we get here?
Oh, it was the.
Don't take my answer. Our brains are usually 1 and 1, so fucking go ahead.
I think this is the invention of non-penetrative sex. I think. I think it only takes one time to get it horribly wrong.
All right, Tom. What about you? How did we get here?
I think they tried that try-mix shit and used it the wrong way, and now they're draining themselves because they've been hard for 24 hours.
Mine is the end result when an angry person asks you to no longer post political signs in their yard.
I don't know. Victim looks female. Maybe this is pussy on a skewer.
Oh yeah, just little seasoning.
Yeah.
The dart thing I said actually happened to me when I was a kid.
Really? Holy shit!
That's how I came up with it so quick.
And Reese, of course, you joined us a little bit early right here on YouTube Live. We're going to let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Where can everybody find you? Not necessarily like, your address or some crazy stalker will be able to track you down, but where can everybody find your work online and find you on social media?
Yeah, thanks. The easiest would be my reeserideout.club. That has adult stuff. Twitter, Reese_loves or Dr. Rideout XXX. I have to separate gay and straight. But and one thing I'm working on that I'm really happy is it's an independent horror film, and you can see that. Nice. Yeah, I built the whole set myself and wrote the script, and yeah, so that's nickdent.com. You can see the trailer there.
Okay.
And
send us the trailer. We'll run it during our little commercial thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then one other thing I'm working on is strip-o-gram.com, where it's like Cameo, but you get stripping videos.
Okay. Nice. That's actually pretty badass. Like, you just send someone a strip. Like, imagine someone who doesn't expect that it's coming, or someone who doesn't like that kind of stuff, and then you're like, you have a stripgram. That would be the best. So Reese, what we're going to let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here, and then we're going to finish up here on YouTube Live real quick. Before you go, will we be able to just have you do a plug for us real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Let me just go ahead and pin you real quick, and then whenever you're ready, just say, hey, this is Reese Rideout, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
All right. Pinned?
Yep, whenever you're ready, man.
Hey, this is Reese Rideout, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Awesome, Reese. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on to the show and taking the time out here on Sunday night. So we're going to let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here. We're going to hang out for a couple more minutes live here on YouTube Live, just to plug some stuff for what's coming up. And we're going to be getting out here ourselves as well. So
great. Thank you for having me, Ray, Tom, Darnell. Really appreciate it.
All right, cool. Thanks, Reese. Yes, definitely shoot me that trailer. We'll put it up on here for you.
Will do.
All right, cool. Thank you. And of course, we're going to be right back here on YouTube Live this coming Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Our featured guest is going to be Caitlin Bell. So that's actually a reschedule. She wasn't able to join us because she was at the Gay VNs and she lost her voice during the Gay VNs during AVN weekend. So she will be joining us there. And of course, Darnell, man, you do all kinds of comedy. You have the Church of Satire. What all you guys coming up there? You and Tom have seen so much of each other's balls in the last 30 days. It's insane.
Hell yeah. I mean, some more, I guess, on a micro level, Tom and I will be there this weekend. Tom's hosting. I'll be featuring Haywood Turnipseed Jr. Head We have a podcast you can check out at youtube.com/@notarealchurch. The podcast is WCOS in Hanover. Outside of that, man, we're out here. We're in these streets. I'm at Darn Hootin everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You can find me. It's the same thing. I don't know. There's nothing else to say. We're just out here being hilarious all the time.
And that's the way it works. And Darnell, honestly, man, thank you for coming in on the show. I would love to have you back in the future.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. This has been a ton of fun. Reese, like I said, I did a bunch of homework.
Yeah.
And I was excited to talk to him.
Yeah, man.
So thanks for.
Yeah, anytime, man. Appreciate it. So what we're going to go ahead and conclude our episode here on YouTube Live. Tom, man, I know you're busy. It was awesome hanging out. We'll see you.
Always.
Of course, next time you're available, we'll see you then. You know, you're a staple in this show. You're a part of the crew. So, you know, you got your shit going on with your family. And, guys, thanks. And we'll see you next time right here on the Happy Hour podcast on YouTube Live.
All right, let's go, kids.
All right. So, and boom. So we are no longer live on YouTube, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.